Hello and welcome to my video, how many drops of essential oil in an ounce? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Elizabeth Ashley and I'm the author of The Secret Healer Aromatherapy Manuals and also the blog How Do Essential Oils Work? So I've been an aromatherapist for 25 years and when I first started in aromatherapy, I got it like that, calculating dilution, and for a long time I couldn't understand why people couldn't work it out, and then the penny dropped. You're right, if you're doing it with ounces it's not very easy at all. So I've made us a couple of graphs. Now unintentionally I'm going to be advertising a radiator company but I didn't mean to. Anyway, so your answer to your question is how many drops? There's 560 drops in an ounce. So I'm guessing the reason why you want to know about that is because you're trying to work out how much to put in a blend. So let's go through this in stages. So the easiest way to remember, and this is how we got to that 560 drops, is that in 1 milliliter of oil there's 20 drops. So therefore in 5 milliliters there are 100 drops. And so a teaspoon of oil is 5 ml, so 100 drops. So that makes it much easier. So I would say to you, stop trying to calculate in ounces to begin with. Go and do teaspoons. That's a lot easier. So for those of you who are not sure on the dilutions we use for safety, for the majority of oils, and I say majority because there are exceptions, but for the majority of oils it's 3% for a healthy strong adult. And when I say healthy, you might be able to tell I've got a bit of a stussy nose today. I'm still considered healthy, yeah? But we go to 2% for somebody who is in a weakened and fragile state. So somebody who has been long-term sick or is old and fragile and, you know, they get a little bit thin and just more fragile. And I also find that 2% is a good dilution for people who are very depressed, because I think we've still got that essence of fragility. So for those we would say 2% too. Children for the most part 1%. Now I'm going to say expand on that for the most part. I would say, and this is I'll direct you to another video where I explain this, but I don't think really it's a good idea to use essential oils with babies who are younger than about 6 months old. So I would say for 6 months up to about 12, 1% is going to be strong enough. And I'll do separate videos about essential oils for children. What I will say here is there's a couple that I would say to you don't use at all with little ones, and that's eucalyptus and peppermint, and I'll do further videos on those as well. But those are your dilutions. So if we were to say, right, okay, I want to make myself a relaxing blend and I want to use some lavender, and I've got a teaspoon of essential oil, of carrier oil, a teaspoon of carrier oil, and I want to calculate how much essential oil to put on it. We would say, right, okay, in my teaspoon there's 5 ml of oil, so therefore there is 100 drops, and 1% of 100, so we divide by 100, is just 1 drop. So if we wanted to say, right, it's for me, which we do, then I'm going to say 3% for me because I might be a bit snotty, but otherwise I'm healthy. So 3%. So we say, right, divide by 100, multiply by 3. Very, very simple, 3 drops. So in that teaspoon of carrier oil, we could safely have 3 drops of oil for me to relax. And so this 3% is like the magical number, and we say its terminology is its maximum dilution. So what is this maximum dilution? Well, actually, it's not a very helpful term in any way, shape or form, to be honest. For the most part, they're calculated on how much oil it would take to kill a rat. But it's set an industry standard for across the board, so that we don't put too much into the body for the liver and kidneys to be able to deal with when we're detoxifying, and that it's been checked that it's safe on the skin, all of those things. So that's why we adhere to maximum dilution. However, the term maximum is very important. It is the most you can use. So it may seem like it's terrifying that if we go over that amount, then we're in trouble. But actually, I look at it another way. I say, well, actually, that means then I don't need to use that much if I don't want to. And do you know what? I never want to. So if you think about how much some of your essential oils have cost, I'm guessing when you're starting out, you're spending about, I don't know, $6, $7, $8 on an essential oil. But when you have been working with them as long as I do, sometimes it's as much as $100 for a bottle of oil, and so we're not using that. So I use very, very small dilutions, and sometimes it might be only 2 or 3 drops in a blend. And what I do then is I just watch to see how a person develops on that blend, and if I don't think that I'm getting enough out of it, then I can always add 1 or 2 drops more, can't I? As long as I'm not going above that maximum dilution. So this ounce, this magic ounce that you're interested in, I did some maths on my radiator paper. So in your 560 drops of carrier oil, for 1%, you can safely use 5.6 drops at 1%. So you can go to 6 drops for a little one with most oils. And at 3%, if you were mixing something for me, and before I say, I can say thank you for mixing for me, 17 drops. So it's quite a lot, isn't it? 3% is quite a lot, 17 drops. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to blend essential oils. And actually, at this point, I'm going to say to you, it's not necessary to blend essential oils. You can just use one oil if that's what you want to do. If we're very technical, then a drop of oil is a synergy in itself. There's so many different constituents in there. It's a synergy in itself. But yeah, it's blending oils is a very satisfying and beneficial thing to do. But yeah, at this point, one's fine. But if you decided that you did want to blend 3 oils, you think about it, that's nearly 60 drops of oil. That's a lot, isn't it? So actually, how many is it? 17 times 3, is that 51? I think it's 51. 51 drops of essential oil is safe. It's acceptable, but it's expensive, guys. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to say to you, the answer to your question is 560. And I'm going to say to you, please do come over to the blog. I'm going to post this along with lots of other videos about blending. So hopefully I can build on your experience and we can have some fun together. Incidentally, if you haven't already got this book, this battered old thing here, which is written on many pages and is not very pretty, is available for free download on Amazon. And you know, I was talking about your maximum dilutions. Well, in this book I list lots of different essential oils. I think there's 100 in all. And yeah, so for example, pimento berry, it's not going to be one that you pick on immediately, but I have written Tisserand and Young, which is the people, Robert Tisserand is the safety expert. Tisserand and Young recommend a maximum dilution of 0.15%. So you can look in here and go, right, I feel safe that I know the maximum dilution and I know how many drops I can put in my 1 ounce of carrier oil. So hopefully that's helpful. Now guys, please do have a look at the description below. I'm going to post the links to the different videos that I've done so you can build a library, or also please do come over to my Facebook page and to my blog page, and yeah, please click subscribe and like and share the videos. And for all of you that send me lovely videos and notes and say how much you like the videos, I can't tell you how much that means. So thank you, and hopefully welcome new friends.